Hello everyone. Most of us know that Hanuman is a Bal Brahmachari, but many of us don't know why did he decide to become a Brahmachari, and some of us are not sure, and there are also many misconceptions and people are not sure about some aspects related to the Brahmacharya of Hanuman. So today I'll be talking about that and also sharing some interesting stories related to the Brahmacharya of Hanuman. Would like to discuss what exactly does Bal Brahmachari mean, because there is a lot of confusion regarding that terminology as well. If we look at this term, Bal means a child and Brahmachari means a celibate. That is a person who does not engage or take part in sexual activities. So Bal Brahmachari together means a person who's since his birth, since childhood, or which means all his life, has remained a celibate and never has maintained any sexual relationship. So when we talk about Bal Brahmachari and look at the popular Vedic texts, then two people are very prominent for being Bal Brahmachari. The first one is Bhishma from Mahabharata, who had taken the oath to become a Bal Brahmachari because when he was very young, his father Shantanu had fallen in love with a woman called Satyavati. But before marriage, Satyavati had put a condition that she would marry Shantanu only if her children were given the throne, take over the kingdom, and there is no competition for them, and that will be a problem because he already had the son Bhishma. And because of this, Shantanu became very confused and he was in a dilemma. And to solve this problem for his father, Bhishma decided to take an oath that he would forever remain a brahmachari, he would never marry, never have children. So Satyavati would not have any problems related to her children getting the kingdom. And the other person who's very famous for being a Bal Brahmachari, of course, is Hanuman. But here the difference is that Bhishma had a compulsion. He had this reason, there was a particular motive why he took that oath. But we are not aware of any similar compulsion that Hanuman faced. But one thing which is quite common in both the stories is that Bhishma and Hanuman are known for their wisdom, intelligence, strength. They are known as the two strongest warriors among all the Vedic texts and literature that we have available in India. And this is also linked to that, because as per the Vedic belief system, the practice of brahmacharya makes a person more strong and disciplined, which is also quite eminent from the when we read the stories of Bhishma and Hanuman. Point that why exactly did Hanuman become a Bal Brahmachari? Because for Bhishma we know that he took this decision based to help his father out, but in Hanuman there is no similar situation or compulsion or problem he faced. Here, the reason why Hanuman decided to become a Brahmachari was simply so he could put all his time and energy solely in his ultimate purpose of devotion of Ram. He was a true devotee of Ram and he wanted to spend all his time praying about Ram, meditating on Ram, helping Ram, serving Ram, and he did not want to have any other distraction in his life. And we all know that once you get married, have a wife, and raise a family, then that takes a lot of time and effort. And Hanuman did not want to take out any time from thinking about Ram. And that's why he took the decision to be a brahmachari since a young age, and he always maintained this. There's one story where people raise a doubt that whether Hanuman was truly a Bal Brahmachari or not, or there were some exceptions or not, because there is a very popular story that Hanuman had married Suvarchala, who is the daughter of sun god or Surya Devta. But here, if we look at the story deeply, we would realize that it did not have any impact or it does not contradict the Brahmacharya of Hanuman. And that is because the marriage was conducted so Hanuman can know about a knowledge called Nava Vyakarana, which was a form because, as we know, that Hanuman is one of the most knowledgeable gods he had. But to acquire this particular knowledge called Nava Vyakarana, he had to marry because there was a condition to achieve this knowledge you should be a married person. So that's to solve this problem. Surya had arranged for a marriage of Suvarchala with Hanuman, but we have to know that this was a symbolic marriage just to ensure that Hanuman is able to gain a knowledge. But through this marriage, he did not engage in any sexual activities or have any children with Suvarchala. So it does not impact his brahmacharya. And also, we need to understand the concept of the female companions the gods have in Vedic system, because they are known as Shakti. So they don't necessarily mean as a wife and in the standard day-to-day life which we see today, but they were known as Shakti, which is a female form of strength or power or supporting energy which they have, as most of the gods will have some sort of Shakti associated with them. And similarly, Hanuman had Suvarchala. And most of the gods you would find in the Hindu Vedic text, they'll have three terminologies associated with them. One is Shakti, one is Vahan, and one is Astra. Shakti, as we know, is the female form of energy which supports them. Next is Vahan, is usually represented through an animal which is supposed to be to carry them, acts like their vehicle. And the Astra is which is the strong weapon which they possess. So in Hanuman, we know that his Astra, or the strong weapon which he always carries, is his Gada, and his Vahan, which many people don't know, is camel. That is the animal which is devoted to Hanuman to be his for his transportation as his Vahan. Misconception which people have related to the Brahmacharya of Hanuman is his son Makardhwaj, because there are a lot of texts and mentions and stories related to Hanuman having a son called Makardhwaj. But if we also look at the story closely, we'll realize that this also doesn't contradict the Brahmacharya of Hanuman. It is said that when Hanuman was returning from Lanka and he was passing over the ocean, some drops of his sweat fell into the ocean, and these drops were consumed by a makar or a crocodile, and due to the strength of or potency of that sweat drops, that crocodile became pregnant and gave birth to a son who was like half crocodile, half human, and was known as Makardhwaj. And Makardhwaj was raised inside the ocean by the ruler of the regions under the ocean, which are in Vedic texts known as Patal Lok. And this ruler was called Ahiravan. And that's why when Makardhwaj grew up, he was serving Ahiravan and guarding his palace. And it is said that once Ahiravan captured Ram and Lakshman and took them to Patal Lok. And when Hanuman went to rescue them, he was obstructed by Makardhwaj, and he had to beat him and then rescue Ram and Lakshman. And when Ram saw that, Makardhwaj was lying at the gates of the palace, after knowing about that, the initial story of Makardhwaj and how he came to be, and he granted a boon to Makardhwaj that he would rule all the regions below the ocean known as Patal Lok. I hope you found the stories interesting, and do let me know in the comments if you would like something similar in the next one. Thank you.